Hello everybody, happy Friday. I hope you all been having a great week. It's time to show you the shirt that I think is going to be one of the better ones that I'm going to add to my collection this year, or at least I really hope that's the case. You never know until you see it in person. Sometimes the images on screen can be very deceptive, so I suppose the benefit of me doing these videos is for somebody who's watching it and they might think, ooh, I might want to grab one of those, and then you see it sort of in person, you go, actually I'm not quite sure about that one. So it is in this parcel. I've not actually had a look yet myself, so let's just get it out and hope it's going to be pretty cool. Come on. Where are you? There we go. So, right then. Okay then, so it's a Ziploc bag. So you've got a little bit of the front there, and there is a lot of design going on. Now, admittedly, a lot of this is just a bag, but there is a lot of design anywhere on the shirt. And then there we go. We've got some more. So, the other shirt I showed you on Tuesday was quite obscure. This one, again, probably is going to fall in the same category. So let's get this open. Get rid of that, so I can hear some rustling. Lots of rustling going on. Now then, so it has a tag, which is great. Now then, so we have a rear of the shirt. So it's a white-bodied effort, and you've got some sponsors at the bottom there. And you've also got some interesting doodle-like squiggle artifacts going on. That's interesting, isn't it? Is it going to continue around to the front? Let's have a look, shall we? Now then, wow. How about that? That is a amazing football shirt. And those of you who have been watching my videos for a little bit now can probably already understand the reason why I've decided to buy this particular shirt. It's because it kind of looks very similar to a couple of other shirts that I have in my collection. So allow me to dress the mannequin, and I'll come back to you and explain to you a little bit about the team and the inspiration behind this purchase. Okay then, so there is the shirt, and boy am I very happy that I made this purchase. This has exceeded all expectations, and I suspect probably most of you are looking at this and thinking, don't quite know who this is. Well, I'm not too surprised, because it's come from Malaysia like I mentioned in the other video, and this team is Selangor FC, and it's their third shirt from the current season, 2023, and as I mentioned, I got this through help from a friend who lives in Malaysia. He's actually been very good because he's helped me source all but 2 of the Malaysian shirts that I own. So this one cost me £26 plus the admin and the postage, etc. So it does sort of add up a little bit, but individually these shirts, specifically for £26, that's a great little purchase. So the club was founded in 1905 unofficially, though their current iteration, which is the one you see here, is only a few years old when they merged with a team called PKMSFC, which actually is sort of what he's mentioned on the sponsor here. That's more of a lot of places in Malaysia, they have like state teams, and sort of effectively this is the Selangor state. So they are based in the city of Shah Alam, which is the capital of the state of Selangor. Now they play in the Malaysian Super League, which is the top division, is the highest level in Malaysia, and this season has currently only just begun, and the club sit in second place, so it sort of suggests that it's going to be a competitive season for the club. Last season they finished in 5th, so not quite as good. You'll notice that Johor didn't lose a game last season, and this season they've won all 8 games. So yeah, it's going to be quite difficult for this team Selangor to win the league, but if they do, it will be definitely very impressive. Now, historically, though, Selangor are actually the most successful team in Malaysia when you take into account sort of total cups won. Most of these were the Malaysian Cup, though, which they won 33 times. Though if you take a look at the Super League exclusively, Johor are quite clearly the dominant team, at least over the last decade or so, winning every single league title, and that kind of suggests that's going to continue for this season. So it's manufactured by Homa, which is shown there now because it's all got centralized logos, which is not terrible when you have a design like this, because it's kind of difficult to fit things in, really. It has this doodle design, which is meant to represent diverse art and cultures from the club's supporter community. Now, white is the colour for the state of Selangor, and actually it has the state flag on the back of the neck. Blue is meant to represent inclusivity, and then also the gold is to represent sort of success and whatnot. So I actually quite like that. Sort of a gold trim is not something you see too often, you know, when it's just a single little bit of gold. Now, this is my 8th Malaysian shirt in my collection, which is quite surprising, really, because it's kind of one of those countries that you don't really see for sale too frequently in the UK. Like I said, I got my Malaysian friend to help me source most of them, and to be honest, most of the shirts that I have got quite spectacular shirt designs. Now, okay then, so the reason why I really wanted to buy this, not just because it has this cool design, is because I feel like it will go greatly compared and mixed in with a couple of other shirts that I own. And of course, these shirts are being the Club America 3rd shirts, which is very, very popular, if you can see through the wrapper. And then also the Pacific FC away shirt, which again is very, very popular. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to sort of throw them all in one sort of showing there, one shot. But you can quite clearly see there is a similarity with the styling going on there, with the sort of tribal, dual, symbological styling and approach. Now, these shirts on their own individually were very difficult to acquire. This was quite expensive and was quite fairly limited in the UK, of course. This one was even more limited. I only saw it once for sale in a medium. And then, of course, this one's relatively new. And with it being in Malaysia, it's a little bit difficult to get unless you've got sort of a contact there or are able to sort of travel across to Malaysia. So to have them all three together, I think that's going to be a nice little mini collection within the collection. So that's really nice. If anybody knows of another shirt that has a similar style, I think there was one on Classic Football Shirts with Portobello something FC, which actually is connected to Chelsea, but it's an English team, so I didn't want to buy that. But if you know of any other ones that have got this, I think the Lorient shirt, the special edition, that has a similar colour scheme. I would love to get that one, but I couldn't find one. So if anybody else also knows where I can get one of those, please let me know. Now, when it comes to this club, I actually almost bought the 3rd shirt from last season. It has this interesting sort of fiery look. It's not quite a red out shirt entirely, but it was one that I was thinking I could get that because it's very, very wild. It's interesting, and it definitely sort of makes sense with the rest of my shirts. But I'm kind of glad I was luckily that I didn't grab it and I waited for this one to get released. So yeah, there it is. It's a great shirt. It's got little designs. They're all sort of inspired by football. We got sort of cups going on there, and footballs and scarves and whatnot, and sort of players and fans. So it's a great shirt. It's lovely, and it all just works really, really well together. So yeah, let me know what you think about this one. Is it sort of too much for you, or is it great when you've got sort of a 3rd shirt? You can have a little bit of fun with it. So yeah, that is it. I'm glad to show you, and a big thank you to my friend in Malaysia, who always is very, very happy to help me when it comes to buying some of these cool shirts from his wonderful country. But that's it. That's the end of this video, the end of this week's worth of football shirts. I'm not really sure what's going to be next week, but it's definitely going to be something that I've already bought. So I hope you have a great weekend ahead. Thank you as always for watching my videos, and goodbye.